Hello everyone and welcome to British Academy. Today we'll be diving into the world of stock analysis with Excel and Python. So if you want to analyze stocks, this video is for you, of course. This is our end deliverable, this Excel worksheet that consists of 5 tabs, pretty much stock data, cumulative returns, moving averages, monthly dividends, and yearly dividends. And we'll be taking a look at 3 stock tickers: Realty Income O, McDonald's, and Johnson & Johnson J&J, by fetching historical data, this one, and doing anything that we can. But the trick is that we will be using Excel just for display. Everything will happen in Python. In Python, we will be using pretty much the following libraries: Yfinance, Pandas, Matplotlib, 2 libraries for Excel, one of them for image, the other one for the workbook. Input output is the library that we will be using to create and generate files and the file paths. And datetime is understandably the one that gives us the date. So pressing Shift and Enter, activating the libraries, and seeing what will happen here in the variables to the right. While doing it, kind of not a lot, but let's see. Toggle Zen mode, and now we would be generating the tickers. The tickers are into a list, and as I mentioned, they are Realty Income, O, McDonald's, MCD, and J&J. Shift and Enter. Let's try again to get the booger panel and have something in the bugging. The idea is to see this. That was what I wanted to show you. Exactly. I'm going back to Zen mode. See, this is already Jupyter Notebook. I haven't seen something like this, but it really starts getting quite good, generating the list, putting up all the libraries we have, saying exactly where they are installed. So everything looks okay. And now the data after the tickers. So we use YF for Yfinance, Yahoo Finance.download. And we will be asking for the tickers. The start would be 2020-0101, a bit before the COVID, and the end would be 2023-0101, and we would be interested into the data for the closing values for the day. Okay, it is there. Let's see what we got. We got some 756 rows in 3 columns. Quite okay, I would say. So let's continue and say, okay, what do we want? First, we need the returns. We would call them this way: returns. It's data PCT change. And this is daily returns in percentage change. This is what PCT change means in stock prices each day. So with other words, let's take a look what is there. So this is the first day, and based on the first day in percentage, the second day the price of Johnson & Johnson here was some 1% off. Not a lot, but something. And this is how the whole thing works based on the previous day. Then let's calculate cumulative returns. How do we do it? Cumulative returns shows the total growth of an investment over time. So with other words, should be something like this. Cumulative, I just pressed something. Okay, cumulative returns equals 1 plus returns. And then we use cumulative prod. So this pretty much shows starting from 2020 01 02 up to 22 12 30 how much the price of Johnson & Johnson has risen. And we see quite a lot is the answer, 1.30, so 30%, quite fair. And we are not counting even dividends here, but this is for later. So just to explain a bit more on this one, what is it? Let's imagine that we have something like this. So this price the first day as price increase, and this one the second day, and this one the third day. So the total cumulative return, I'll call this example prices. The total cumulative return would be probably easier to make a loop, but we do not do easier things. We do it the tough way. So it is like this. So the total cumulative for these 3 days is like 6%, which is quite okay, I would say, for the first 3 days. Yeah. With realty income, it's another story why it is so low. The reason is that they pay dividends usually monthly, so their prices stay low, or rather stable. But as I usually say, nothing that I say is any type of advice. So let's continue fetching dividend data and removing these things here. So how do we fetch dividend data? That's a good question. The answer is we need a dictionary. So this one is a dictionary, as we see. So dictionary has keys and values. Keys and values are what we need. So for each ticker in tickers, or for each stock in tickers, we will be getting the data for the dividends. Yeah, let's get it. This is pretty much what we got. Yeah, we got the dividends for realty income, we got the dividends for McDonald's, we got the dividends for Johnson & Johnson, and we see they are rather small at the beginning in 1994 and quite okay in March 2025. Same for McDonald's, close to nothing in 1968, and something quite okay in 2025. What in general we can do is we can get this way the dividends of any stock. If we know its ticker, let's take the ones of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is KO. So dividends, ticker, let's do it like this, ticker equals KO. And then we would do it like this, just to show you how to get the dividends of Coca-Cola. And the answer is they are here, 1962. Not a lot. And recently they are like $0.50. Yeah, makes sense. Let's rerun this one. So we get rid of Coca-Cola this way, and we are only in the ones that we are interested in. So Continuing, let's do something for adjusting the cumulative returns for the dividend. And I have prepared some code for this, so you don't have to watch me writing the code. So what do we do it? Pretty much it adds the dividend into the cumulative return, so it's kind of as if we are reinvesting. In this case, the tax is not included, I guess, but this is just a simulation, not a real life example generally. So let's see what we got here. The dividend returns, or the cumulative returns, is what we need. And they are quite higher when we put the dividends into account for our period. For J&J, it's 155 instead of 130. For McDonald's, it is 171 instead of 140. And for realty income, it's 103 instead of 116, which is a difference actually. Yeah. Now let's think, how do we calculate moving averages? Moving average is pretty much something like this, calling it moving average data, rolling window equals, let's start with window equals 5 or 3 even, and we are into the mean method. And now moving average looks like this. You see, for the first 2 days he didn't give us the data, and then it started. We wouldn't be into the 3 days mean window because it doesn't mean a lot. We would use 50, so the first 50 days will be empty. The first 49 days and the 50th day would be summing itself plus the first 49 days, so it would be with value. So this is how the moving average is working. What is interesting in this moving average is that you see there is a reason that prices do not fluctuate so much, because they are an average one with the previous 50 ones. So this one here and this one here, they share 49 values together, so they cannot be that different from each other, but yet they are. And after calculating the moving averages, let's unite the dividends per month and per year, because they were shown differently. If you remember, they were shown like just per day if we got them. So what we need here is monthly dividends equals PD data frame dividends resample. I'm not sure whether I should write M here, but Jupyter is going to tell me if I'm wrong. And the same for yearly dividends. And this one we are into Y. Let's see what the yearly ones are going to show us. Okay. Yeah, something is okay. These are like annuals, yes, 2021, 2022 to 2025 so far. And it is telling us something. It's telling us that M is depreciated. Please use ME, and the same for YE. Okay. Now everything is okay and a bit more stable. So now let's try to create the Excel. For the Excel, I have prepared the code, so I'm going just to copy it, paste it, and go line by line explaining what's going on. So first we create the workbook, and we refer a worksheet, which is the active one of the workbook, and we even change the stock title is the title of the worksheet. So the first worksheet should be with the name stock data. This one is really a kind of important function, because it is used to localize the time, and some of the libraries there, they require that you have this one. And then you start using the cumulative returns, the moving average, the monthly dividends, and the yearly dividends, each one based on this function a bit. So then you append the date with the tickers and you start pretty much creating the cumulative returns, the moving averages, the monthly dividends, and the yearly dividends. Yeah, fair enough. You just loop through the yearly, monthly, moving average, cumulative returns, and data. And all the things I just mentioned are here. So let's have it. We just press Shift and Enter. And we see that something magical happened here to the right. What is the magic that just happened? We have kind of a worksheet somewhere. It doesn't exist, but it exists. So think about it this way. It is in my computer, but you cannot access it from Excel yet because you haven't saved it. What should you do in order to save it? Well, you should press save somehow. But before this, let's create a figure with the prices that we are interested in. And of course, I have prepared the code for the figure as well. So I wouldn't be wasting your time. So just using matplotlib, the PLT from this one. The figure size is 10 by 6. For all of the tickers, we use data index, data ticker, and we name it. So we would have the 3 companies I was interested in: Realty Income, McDonald's, J&J. And the price, the title would be close price over time, and we would be having date and price as dependent and independent variable. So the image would be added on, let's put something like E10 would be the place, or even E5 would be the cell where this image would be added, and of course it would be on the WS, and WS is the worksheet named stock data, as you see here. Okay, we have just done this as well. So the last part is saving the worksheet. Saving this thing here somewhere so we can open it from Excel. And in order to save it, I'm using some kind of a trick that I usually use whenever I'm saving something that is going to be resaved a lot of times. I'm using datetime now, and as part of the name, I'm using the year, the month, the day, the hour, the minutes, and the seconds. So I'll just show you what I mean. So year, month, day, hour, minutes, seconds. Yeah. What didn't it like? Date, time is not defined. Yeah. And here we'll see timestamp. It always starts like that. Yeah, not bad. 25/03/23. Can we put some underscore here? Yeah, actually. And I'll even want the year to be full. Yeah, makes more sense this way. So this is our timestamp, and it would be in the name of the Excel file. So every one we create a new one, it would be with a different timestamp unless we create 2 for the same second. So report name would look like this. Timestamp. Yeah, 2 underscores and then stock. Analysis. Of course, Excel is X. So WB, save, report name, and we can have some information about the saving file, saying Excel file saved as report name. Fair enough, let's do it. And let's see if we look for this one in my Excel, we would find it. So 2025, let's see, which one was it? The one I just created ends on 123409, 123409, so this is it. Okay, so we got the stock data and we got the close price over time starting on E5. So yeah, what's the benefit of doing everything like this? Well, the benefit is that you have everything in your fingertips. You can do your own analysis. For example, selected everything, pressing Alt and F11 and seeing how the data looks like. Of course, changing the chart is always an option. But everyone is probably familiar with Excel somehow, so it shouldn't be tough. The thing is that you just select the tickers, run the code, and it gives you everything. So back cumulative returns, we have it here. Looks okay, I would say. Yeah, we see what's happening with J&J, what's happening with realty income, starting for 1 here, and what's happening with McDonald's. Okay, for this period, obviously McDonald's was the leader when we consider that we are not reinvesting but just taking dividends in this scenario. For reinvesting, I don't know which one it would be. It's another type of research. Okay, here for the moving average, you see that here we have empty values and we have empty values for the first 49 rows. Are they really 49? Let's see. Yes. So on the 50th, we got the moving average. You can do it a bit better, formatting, putting it into US dollars, because this is what Yahoo Finance actually delivers. And this is the data that we are using, Yahoo Finance. Yeah. So monthly dividends, the same. Let's make it a bit more prettier. And let's fix the view with free stop row. Okay, J&J, the zeros here should be like that. Okay, so they are paying less than a cent monthly dividend. Okay, I just did something that I shouldn't have done. In 1969, but the truth is that this is probably because of some kind of a stock split, and they have also split the dividend retroactively, so you have an idea about it. And if we go to 2025, you can see that these guys from realty income, they pay dividends every month. Here something happened. I don't know what, probably it's a glitch probably from Yahoo Finance, I guess, and not that they didn't pay it. But I don't know. You see McDonald's paying usually every 3 months, and the same with Johnson & Johnson. So the last one that we have is annual dividends. And this is a bit better. Yeah, because we can do it the way we wanted. Yeah, you just have the year and the dividends. And it looks okay. Yeah, you can even reverse it if you want, like upside down. Yeah, you see how much each company pays. For example, McDonald's, yeah, probably tripling its annual dividend since 2009. Is it good? Is it not good? It's up to you to decide. As I said, not only advisor or consultant here, I'm just showing what can be done. So pretty much that's all for me. I hope you have liked what I've showed so far. Let's go back and recap the whole story. So stopping it and seeing what we have done so far. Let's see. We have so far imported the data, selected 3 tickers, but you can select as many as you are actually interested in. You can edit them. We downloaded the data. This is how you change the dates in the data. So it can be 2025 even, or 1990. We took the returns, the cumulative returns, and we took the dividends. The cumulative returns look like this. They are based on the previous day, like current day versus previous day, how much is the increase. Plus 1 should be 1 plus return ticker. Yeah, exactly. So, and the returns are simply based without this ticker. Yeah, the returns are previous day versus today's day, like how much is the difference, and the cumulative returns look like this. Yeah, I'll just remove this one. So further we calculated dividends, and we even added the dividends to the cumulative returns, because why not? We can do anything that we want in our own researches and in our own Excel files. Then we calculated moving average. Looks like this. In our case it's 50, but if you select 3, it will be 3. So going back to 50. Monthly dividends and yearly dividends look like this. We just take it from the data. We use PD data frame. As you see here, I'm just using the resample.me.sum. And if you have ever written a huge SQL query, you realize the powers of the panda coming here, because you're not giving something like group by year, which should be before even sorted as year. Here pandas knows everything and simply gives great functions out of the box. Then we saved everything to Excel workbook. We wrote it here. Then we made this nice close price over time, and we have put it into E5 of the first worksheet. Then we save it as a new timestamp. You can show it if I run it now. It's an error because it doesn't like something. Yeah, the workbook. I should generate it again. So if I run it now, the name is different, but the data inside is the same. Okay, so thank you for watching Vitosh Academy, and enjoy the rest of your day, and take care of yourself. Goodbye.